Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Let me get IG up, everybody. Let me get IG up. You are live. Go to the tube. Go to YouTube. YouTube. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and pin the comment, baby. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Let's see who's in here for the last hurrah. Who in here for the last hurrah? Here to learn and share, of course. The happiest of Sundays to you, Rhonda Green. Happy Sunday to you too. What's up, Lil Hawk? What's up, Sonia? What's up, Deborah? What's up, J.A. Williams, loving life? What's up, Trinisha? What's up, Father Legends? Who else in here? Yes. It is not. What's up, Kim? What's going on, Kim? It is not clickbait. As you saw the title, it is not clickbait. What's up, Robinson? What's up, Regina? What's going on? It is not clickbait. What's up, my sweetie in here? Hey, baby. Hey, have y'all ever noticed? Can y'all see? What's up, Charles? So you retire? No, I'm not retiring from YouTube. I'm not retiring from YouTube. If y'all ever notice, y'all see my sweetie picture. Can y'all see that picture right there? I don't know if y'all can see. Can y'all see the pictures when I put it up on the screen? That picture right there. Where is it? Right there. Can y'all see that picture right there? If y'all ain't noticed, that's that picture right there. That picture right over there. That's that picture. I commissioned somebody to an artist. That's that same picture right there. That picture over there in the corner. I took that picture of her years ago. And I commissioned somebody, an artist, a local artist here. I took the picture of her and then I got him to draw the picture that I took. That's what happened. That picture right there, that picture was taken in our backyard with that camera over there. That camera right up there that y'all can't see. All right. So now back to what I was saying. It is not clickbait. This is my last daily live stream for Tim's Tidbits. This is the final one. Now, let's get to the matter at hand. I got a couple. It's you got the last live stream and Apex Trailing Threshold. How much money do you really have? Right? It's separate. So let's address the elephant in the room up front. It is true. This is my last Tim's Tidbits live stream. But Tim, why? I'm glad you asked that question, little Timmy Rogers. I was thinking about this. I think very deeply. I have been thinking about this for some time now. And I said, Tim, you are an enabler. Hold on. I just looked over at the thumbnail. Tell me your boy ain't sharp as a Peter Skeeter. A Skeeter Peter. He ain't sharp. Tell me your boy ain't sharp as a Skeeter Peter with the suit in the spring tie. Tell me your boy ain't sharp as a Skeeter Peter. You hear me? Hey, but as I tell you, you're an enabler, right? You are doing your best to help people, but you're holding them back because people are going into like information overload. They're like, like birds are the best and worst parents at the same time. Because when a baby bird is born, they got a little bit of time to get their wings together. Cause mama gonna kick them out of there. Beep! There you go. Better flap. He ain't flap. You next. You see what happened to Junior? Better flap. Oh, she ain't flap. You saw what happened to your brother and sister, right? He flapped. Kick him out the nest. Right? So we can learn. But if we never execute, what is it for? What is it for? If we never execute, what is it for? So, yes, this is my last daily live stream. I'm not disappearing from YouTube forever. I don't know how often I'm going to post videos. There'll be pre-recorded videos. I did promise to make the Discipline Over Dollars series where I go from the beginning to the end. I will make that. I will post that eventually. I'm not turning the memberships off. So if you don't cancel it on your own, it's still gonna be charging you. I ain't gonna block my blessings. If anybody decide they want to stay in there, you know what I'm saying? I'll pop my head in there and share thoughts from time to time. If anybody decide they want to stay in the memberships, I share thoughts from time to time. But got to get out there and execute, man. Got to get out there and execute. I have nothing over this last week when I was supposed to be off, right? I shared what I do on an everyday basis with all of the ICT concepts that I've ever learned over this last week. I shared everything I do on an everyday basis. So I have nothing else to give, right? In the past, I've shared my understanding of all the ICT concepts. And then over this last week, I showed you exactly what I do on like all of those pictures and charts and everything that I used to send back in the day and be like, this is what I expect to happen. This is what I want to see happen. This will be healthy price action. If price do that, then I'm gonna do this. All those pictures I used to send over this last week, it was like what them 3 live streams that I did, them pop-up lives that I did over this last week. These, let me find the thumbnails. That's part right here. This was the first one, right? That was the first one. This ICT model plus patience equals moolah. Right? That was the first one. That was part 1. And then this one here was part 2. All right, that was part 2. And then this one here was part 3. That was part 3. All right, and this one here was part 4. That was part 4. I gave you. Now, in the past, I've shared my understanding of it. In the past, I've shared how I read price action. In the past, I've shared, you know what I'm saying, shared pictures like, hey, this is how I chart. This is what I do. And then over this last week, I shared with you what I do every single day. I have nothing else to give. I have nothing else to give. I know I made an announcement yesterday that after those videos, then I will be open to people wanting to, do like left seat, right seat. Come here. I'm not doing that either. So don't DM me and say, hey, Tim, can we sign up for the private mentorship? I'm not doing that either. I don't want your money. I don't want you to take your money, put it in your brokerage account, and apply the stuff that we already talked about on this channel. So don't DM me. If you got my number, don't text me saying, hey, Tim, what about that $1,200 deal you talked about? Nope, I ain't doing that either. So, sharp as a tack. You feel me? Shout out Tasha and my homeboy Snoopy. I was on IG the other day. The homeboy Snoopy was outside looking fit as a fiddle, looking fine as frog hair. My homeboy Snoopy was hanging out he was running out there running like, I'm in a field of dandelions, wishing on everyone that you would be mine. The homie Snoopy was out there running through the field of dandelions. You feel me? I saw something else in here. Where is it? I appreciate all you do so far. Okay. It ain't what I totally understand. That ain't what I saw. Oh, right here. Can you do monthly QA for Spider Gang members? Yeah, that's the thing. If anybody still be around in there, we can do that. I'll still be in the Discord. So if it's anybody that still hang around, still want to do the Spider Gang memberships on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? I'm up for that. I mean, but I ain't got nothing else to give. It's the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I already know, if you don't understand it, you know what I'm saying? It's the same information that we've already covered on here. That's, like, I have no beef. I have no issue with anybody that charge for their services. It's just me. I'm just the type of person that just like to help people. You know, so I just like to help people. So it's like I don't want it to seem like a money grab. That's why I say I'm not doing the private mentorship. Shout out PDub and Lex and whoever else run the shadows, right? They only have the shadows for a specific amount of time, because I'm not saying this is why they do it, but this is, my understanding of it is you got to kick people out of the nest, because people will never feel ready as long as you're willing to teach. They're just going to sit there and want to learn, so there's the next thing, like I was saying, I think it was Trader Mo. We're not allowed to talk about Six Sister. We're not allowed to talk about that, because the next thing is not going to make you a profitable trader, right? And speaking of profitable traders, speaking of the next thing, let's get into the other part of it. We didn't beat that horse enough. He's bloody. He's to a pulp right now, right? He's to a pulp right now. Let's get to the other part. Apex trailing threshold. Why am I talking about Apex trailing threshold? Because Apex is the why did I lag? Apex is the prop firm that I chose to rock with. Apex is the prop firm that I chose to rock with. I have no issue with any other prop firm, right? But Apex is just the one that fit what I needed. Everybody know I was looking at Elite for a minute, then I was looking at UProfit for a minute, but Apex was the one that fit my needs. And speaking of Apex, right, I have a affiliate link down below. I'm not sponsored by them, but if you would like to take your stab at working with a prop firm, I advise you, do not sign up for an eval just because you want to try to gain the capital to trade. Do not try a prop firm eval until you have perfected your model, you're comfortable with your model, and you're very disciplined. You're a disciplined trader. And then take a stab at evaluation to be able to use other people's money to then start to grow capital for yourself and invest for yourself and trade for yourself. Have an end game in place. Don't just run out there and say, hey, I'm gonna go get on a prop firm and manage $1 million and be rich. Now, Apex is the, oh yeah, that's a 50% off link, but they doing 80% now. Just change the code to save 80 instead of save 50 so you can get a better price on your evaluation. Now, Apex trailing threshold. Well, hey Tim, hey, to each his own. Barbecue. I used to be just like you. I used to be like, I ain't nobody got time for no combines. Ain't nobody got time for no messing with that. Right? There will be no bets. There will be no bets, Robinson. Get off my live. What's up, Felicia? All right. What's up, Angela? I didn't see you slide up in here. What's up? What's up, Valdez? Buenos dias, Valdez. Buenos dias. Apex is the prop firm that fit me best. Now, trailing threshold. What is that, Tim? Trailing threshold is no more than trailing drawdown, right? They call it trailing threshold. I've always heard trailing drawdown. Now, for those who don't know what a trailing drawdown is, a trailing drawdown is as like when you first open up your, let's do this right here. Let's go to Apex. Go to Apex and let's scroll down to their funded accounts, right? You see how this right here says trailing threshold. I just happened to point at the 50K. Don't ask me why. I just did. Right? It's going to, all this is going to fit into, did I close my picture? I closed my picture. All of this is going to fit into talking about trailing drawdown. Then it's going to lead into how much money do you really have when you're trading in the prop firms? How much money do you really have? Let us go in here and see. Anyone you can pick. I'm just happy to point at the one in the middle, right? Trailing threshold. Daily drawdown, none, right? Scaling, none. Don't worry about all that stuff. But trailing threshold and trailing drawdown is the same thing, right? What this means is you got a $50,000 account that you have $50,000 in assets under management. You have people who, who care whether it's, you have people who care whether it's in an actual prop account or if it's a monopoly money sim account. You have people who really care about that out on Al Gore's internet, just like you have a lot of people who care that if they feel like, hey, if you're teaching me using sim, you're a grifter because you don't have any skin in the game and you're trying to teach me how to do something that you're not doing yourself. I don't agree with that. If you're teaching me how to do something and it's working, you're teaching me how to do it. I don't care if you're teaching me in sim. If it's working in sim, all you're doing is flipping a button. It's going to keep working, So, and then I was on a live stream the other day with a young lady that I follow. She's a Forex trader, right? Lindsay, somebody in the chat, never use sim. It's not the same. You can't learn if you don't have any skin in the game. Shut up. Why I'm going to go lose money to learn how to do something? Boy, stop. Anyway, I get off my soapbox. I was just telling my wife about that. I'm like, man, I'm so tired of people calling cap on everything. Like, I already told people. I said, look here, Al Gore's internet people, If your name ain't Calandra Rogers, you will never see my freaking P&L. You will never see my true account value. Never. If your name ain't Calandra Rogers, you will never see that. So I don't care if you think I can trade or not. I'm, I'm just your friendly neighborhood retired man. Got a beautiful wife, healthy kids. Man, I'm living high on the hog. Stop playing with me. Anyway, I digress. Now, you have a $50,000 account. You got $50,000 in assets under management, right? You see this right here? It says daily drawdown, none, right? Do not be fooled by daily drawdown, none, right? It's just one of the things where some prop firms, they have a daily drawdown limit that's just a little smaller than your trailing drawdown, right? So some prop firms, you will see it to say trailing drawdown 2,500, right? Daily drawdown 2,200, right? Meaning if you lose 2,200 in one day, you blow the account, right? Even if you don't hit the 2,500 trailing drawdown, if you lose X amount in one day, you blow the account. But they don't have a daily drawdown on their accounts, their evaluations, right? Now, the trailing drawdown, right, or the trailing threshold, how does it work? You got $50,000 under assets under management, right? You got a profit goal to hit of $3,000, right? So let's just say you get up to 52,500, right? You get up to 52,500, right? Now, well, let's just say when you start out, you got 50,000, right? Your drawdown is 25 minus 2,500, right? So that means your drawdown, your max drawdown when you start, right? Your lowest account balance when you start is 47,500 when you start out, right? So now let's just say you start out and you know what I'm saying, you knocking it out the park and you have a few good trades and you get all the way up to 52,500, right? You almost right at your your threshold to pass it, right? And then you just hit a loot. Now 52,500, that means then you gonna go minus 2,500 because your drawdown is 2,500. That means now the lowest you can drop is 50,000. You can't go all the way down to 47,500 no more because you got all the way up. The highest point you got in your assets under management was 52,500. If you subtract 52,000, if you subtract 2,500 from 52,500, that's now you can't go no lower than 50,000, right? If you drop under 50,000, now you blow your account because your trailing threshold, it follows it follows the highest. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to cash out when you get up to that 52,500. If you're in a trade and it pushes you all the way up to 52,500 and you don't cash out, right? And you let it come back down and you end the day at, let's say you get up to 52,500 during the day and it pulled back against you and you come down and get stopped out in profit and you end the day and your what's name is 51,100. At the end of the day, guess what? You don't have $2,500 that you can lose anymore, right? It got all the way up to 52.5. So that means the lowest your account can go is $50,000, right? So 50,000, 51, 51 1 minus 50,000, you can only go down $1,100 now, because you let it get all the way up to 52,500 and didn't cash out. You cashed out when you was at 51,100. So now that means you can only lose $1,100 now, right? You can only lose $1,100 now, and then you only have to get to 3,000. So that means 50,000 is going to be your lowest you can go until you get a position that takes you back up to at least $52,501. Once you get to $52,501, then your threshold gonna start moving up, right? And if you get all the way up to 52,000, if you get all the way up to $52,985, and don't get that other $15 that you need to get that 3,000, and then you start slipping again, minus 2,500. Now you can only come down to 50,485. So you hit a little rut again, and then you get all the way, just say you get all the way back down to 52,500, right? Minus 50,485. Now you can only lose 2015, because the highest your account ever went was 52,985. So this is the lowest it can go, right? That's the lowest it can go. Now, that's what the trailing threshold is. That's how the trailing threshold works, right? I'm not here to fight and argue if trailing threshold is a good thing or a bad thing. You know, I just feel like, hey, it makes sense for people to want to protect themselves, right? It makes sense for people to not, they want to partner with traders, not gamblers, right? If you are a trader, a trailing threshold, trailing drawdown shouldn't bother you. If you are a trader, like before, I used to be like, I don't want no, I want to get me a static account. I want to get me a static drawdown, right? Until I applied for a static drawdown account. I said, hey, this don't fit me. This static drawdown don't fit me. Let me explain why it don't fit me, right? So the static drawdown, it keep me in a box. I can't spread my wings and fly away, right? With the static drawdown for them, right? Hey, you got a profit goal of 2,000, right? But look at your drawdown, $625. $625, right? Now, mind you, this really is not a problem, right? This really is not a problem. But the problem is, right, with $625, right, I got to start out trading with the micros, right? I got to start out trading with the micros, because with the static drawdown, right, with the static drawdown, it is always the lowest the account can go. It's always going to be $99,375. It's always going to be that, right? That's always going to be the lowest the account can go. But, right, with $625 in drawdown, when you first start out, right, you have to start out with the micros, right? And you have to build it slow. So only thing it is just making sure that you're a true trader and not a gambler, right? So you're going to have to build it slow, or you're going to have to over leverage. And the reason why I said it don't fit me is because I'm a creature of habit, right? I'm going to do whatever I did to get this account on the evaluation. I'm going to do the same thing in my PA account, right? So if I'm out here over leveraging in the evaluation, I'm going to keep over leveraging when I get the PA account, right? And then you can only trade 2 minis, right? You can only trade 2 minis, right? So what happens when, you know what I'm saying, I want to start scaling up? I can only trade 2 contracts. You know what I'm saying? Even after I pass it, as far as I know, I'm locked into 2 contracts forever. So I'm like, it got me boxed in, right? So that don't fit my, and I used to be a big proponent of, I need a static drawdown. I don't want no trailing drawdown because it go off when it go up, when the unrealized gains go up and all that. You know what? It makes sense. It makes sense. Once I adopted the mindset of these base hits, like I told y'all, when I watched that bridge building video, something just clicked in my mind where it was like, Tim, you know what? You got to revamp everything you think, man. So now when I'm in a trade now, once I get to my profit target, right? Once I get to my profit target, I take off the majority of my position, and then I have a trailing stop, a trailing threshold, just like them, that rides behind the price 2 points. It rides behind the price 2 points. So when I get to my profit target, right? I'm looking at the chart and I'm like, okay, we probably gonna hit this. We probably gonna get all the way back to that high right there, right? Or we're gonna get all the way back to this fair value gap here. So once I get to the point, my profit target, right? I take off the majority of it. Boom, it's gone. Then my ATM kicks in, and every time it moves 1 point, all you hear is cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Because every time it moves 1 point, it's making sure it's only gonna come back and stop me out 2 points away from where it's at. So if it move up to 45, my stop is at 43. It moved to 46, my stop is at 44. It come back down to 44 and a quarter, I'm still good. It go back up to 47, my stop is at 45. I got a trailing stop now because I'm just seeing how much I can milk out of it, right? But I've hit my goal. Now I'm just seeing how much I can milk out of it, right? So I ain't worried about the trailing drawdown. I'm getting what I want and then seeing how much I can milk out of it. So if it goes up and I hit my target and then it start, you know what I'm saying, it start locking me in at, you know what I'm saying, 2 points behind, and then it come back and stop me out only 1 tick above my initial target. I don't care. I got my target. Right now, how much money do you really have? Right. I shared this with the I don't know if it was the Black Spiders or all the members, but I shared it with them where I have my own personal goal, right? With Apex. My own personal goal with Apex is to eventually get to $1 million under assets under management. $1 million. You know how people say I'm a $1 million funded trader. I'm a $3 million funded trader. I'm a $100,000 funded trader, right? My personal goal is to eventually get to have $1 million assets under management, right? Through Apex, right? Now, that does not mean I have $1 million to trade. How much money do you really have? Let's go see, right? So if you got 200 for a $250,000 account, right? Right. And my goal is to do it with $250,000 accounts, right? So if I want to have an M under management, right, divided by 250, right, that's 4. I put 250 divided by 250. That's 4, right? So I would need 4 accounts. But Tim, why not just get, if dude, I don't know if they all offer that. Why not just get this? Because I got a reason for the way I'm breaking it down. Shout out Big Draco. Big Draco put me onto this, right? For different things that I'm trying to do personally. One is going to be a family. One is going to be a family account. One is going to be a Calandra account, right? One is going to be a Timothy account, and one is going to be a Christopher account, right? That's what it's initially. That's the initial, right? And then after I do that for a while, maybe a year or two, then I'm going to incorporate a Jada account and a Maya account, and then a Big Timmy account, right? And then that will be more than, but initially for the first million that I get under assets under management for Apex, that's the thing. And so whatever I want to do for the family, no matter what it is, it can be a trip, it can be a house, it can be whatever, right? Apex gonna pay for it, right? What I want to do for Timothy, it can be a chain that he never wears, it can be a track hawk, it could be school, it could be whatever. What I want to do for Christopher, it can be some Naruto memorabilia, it can whatever, right? For Calandra account, it can be a Denali, it can be whatever. Apex pays for it. Now, that's why I have it broke down like that. Second reason why I got it broke down like that, right? How much money do I really have, right? I have $1 million under asset, right? But if you look at their trailing threshold, right, I actually only have $6,500 when I start out, right? I only have $6,500 when I start out, right? So let's just say I had all 4 at the same time. 6,500 times 4, I only have $26,000, right? I only have 20. I got $1 million under management, but I actually only have $26,000 that I can use, right? I only have $26,000 that I can use. So I can't leverage as if I got $1 million, right? So I can't go in there, get in positions, buying like I can trade up to 27 contracts, right? I can trade up to 27 contracts. Let's do the math on that, right? Let's do the math on that. Right? I'm gonna max it out. So 27 contracts, 27 contracts and every point on the mini is $50. So let's just say 1 point. So 27 times 50, right? That's $1,350 per point, right? With 27 contracts. $1,350 per point with 27 contracts, right? So with $1 million, right, divided by 1 million, right? That's 1, 2, 3. That's less than a percent, right? That's less than a quarter of a percent. That's like 0.14. That's less than a quarter of a percent, right? With 1 million, if I had $1 million to trade, right? So 27 contracts, right? With 1 point is let's just say my standard 5-point stop loss. So 27, let me see, 50 times 5, right? Times 27, right? That's 67.50. My standard 5-point stop loss, right? So 67.50 divided by 1 million, right? That's almost 3/4 of a percent, right? Almost 3/4 of a percent, less than a percent. It's almost 3/4 of, so it's 0.6, is 0.68, 0.68%, 0.67%. It's, you know what I'm saying, more than a half percent, less than 3/4 of a percent. But that's on the whole million. I don't have $1 million, right? For if I had $1 million, actually, this wouldn't be over leveraged. This would be perfectly fine. It's risking less than a percent. It's high. It's high to be risking 3/4 of a percent on one trade, right? It's high, but it's not stupid. Now, let's look at 67.50, 67.50. Let's look at the amount of money you actually have, 26,000, right? That's 26%. That's 26%. You're risking, that would be risking 26% of the money you ask. That is over leveraged like a big dog. You know what I'm saying? That's over leveraged like a big dog, because you only have 20. If you with Apex and you have 4 $250,000 accounts, you only have $6,500 per account that you're actually able to burn through, right? Now, with the trailing threshold in your PA account, it stops following you. It stops trailing when you get up to, let me see, you got 250, right? When you get your account 250,000 plus 6, is it $1 or 100? I can't remember if it's $1 or 100. I'm gonna say 100. I can't remember, so I'm gonna say 100. So it's gonna be 6,600. I think it's 100. So when you get the account to 256,600, the trailing drawdown stops following you, right? The trailing drawdown, it stops trailing, right? It stops following you, right? So that means after 256,000 $606, whatever. I don't know. I can't remember if it's $1 or 100. I think it's $100, right? You ain't got nothing to worry about unless you come all the way back down to $250,000. Like if you spiral and go out of control and you just burn through all, if you get up to $300,000 in each account and then you spiral out of control and drop each account all the way back down to 250, then you will blow them again, right? But once you get to 256,600, right, the trailing stops trailing. It's static now. It stays there, right? It stays at that point. It don't follow you no more, right? It don't follow you no more. And then, so now, how am I going to play it, right? Why am I doing four? I told y'all I got a reason for each one, right? So now, the only thing I'm going to do, right, is I'm just going to risk like $500 per trade, right? I'm risking $500 per trade, 2 contracts, 5 points, right? 2 contracts, 5-point stop loss, right? Right, 50 times 5, right? 250 times 2. 2 contracts, right? 5 points, right? Divided by 65. 3, what's that? I'm gonna do 6,500. Yeah, right. Yeah, 7% right there. No, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's right. 7. Yeah. Yes. 7. There you go, right there. Right. So now, if 6,500 divided by 5, now, right, I got to lose 13 times in a row, right? 13 times in a row before I blow that, right? 13 times in a row before I blow this out, right? Yes, it's severely that it's still over leveraged. It's, it's over leveraged a little bit, but the thing of it is once you perfect your model, there's no way in the world you're going to lose 13 times in a row unless you're spiraling out of control, right? Unless you're spiraling out of control. And this 13 times in a row has to be right at the beginning. This 13 times in a row has to be right at the beginning, right? And then you don't even have to do it like that. Let's just say, even if I just want to do one contract, right? That's $250, right? 6,500 divided by 250. 20, I would have to lose 26 times in a row initially starting out to blow it, right? 26 times in a row to blow it, right? Now, and the reason why I only divided it by the drawdown, because that's all the money you really have. Now, if you look at it as in reference to the entire account, right? 500 divided by 250, right? That's like less than 1/4%, right? That's less than 1/4% based off the whole 250, right? But you don't have 250 per account. you only have 6,500 per account when you first starting out. You only got 6,500 per account when you first starting out. Right? The only way you will truly have $250,000 in this, and this is for Apex, and you just do the math on any prop firm that you're using, right? The only way you would have $250,000 to be able to leverage off of properly, right? You would need to get, see, 25, 6, we said 2, 5, we needed 6, 6, right? So that's where your trailing stop is going to stop. Your trailing threshold going to stop right there, right? So then you need to get your account to $506,600. Now you have $250,000 of capital that you can actually use, that you're actually leveraging against, right? You're actually leveraging against $250,000 once you get an Apex 250K account up to $506,600. Now you're actually leveraging against $250,000 because you're $250,000 above your trailing threshold. You're $250,000 above your trailing threshold. Now you actually have $250,000 that you're leveraging against. All right. And now you actually have now you are actually $1 million funded trader, because you actually got $2,026,400 across 4 accounts, but now you actually can leverage against $1 million because of the trailing thresholds that's going to protect them from losing money. Right? Now ain't nobody losing money but you. You see what I'm saying? Anything above $6,500, ain't nobody got no risk on the table but you. And the reason why I say but you is because you're the one who went and made that money. You used their money, right? They gave you money to start with, right? That's why they're giving you 100% of your first 25,000, right? Because you're going out and you're working. They're paying you to do this, right? They're taking all the risk up front. They're giving you money to go out there and trade with. And mind you, you're not trading in a real account yet, right? But they're paying you to copy your trades. They're paying you to copy your trades. When you get a PA account, right? Once you get a PA account, they start paying you. You can request payouts, and they're paying you just to copy your trades. Are you a good trader? They gonna A-book you. They gonna copy your trades. If you're a suspect trader, they probably gonna trade against you. They can see your trading record. If you're a suspect trader, they gonna B-book you. They gonna trade against you. All right. So they're paying you to use your trades. And then if you are a really good trader, then they'll put you in a real funded account. They'll put you in a real funded account then when you're trading real money. So now they're getting paid double, because now you're trading in a real account, making real money for them, right? You're making real money for them. They're getting their 10% off of the money that you're making for them. Then they're also copying your trades, getting 100% of that. All right. So How much money do you really have? If you go and get a $50,000 account, you really only have $2,500 to trade. So if you're trading, if you're going to get funded for a $50,000 account, right? Just know you only got $2,500. So if you go out there and just start trading the minis, right? Just say you just want to go and start trading the minis in a $50,000 account, right? So you know with the minis, it's $50 per point, right? Let's just say you one contract, risk 5 points. That's $250, right? 50 times 5, $250, right? 2,500 divided by 250, right? 10 times, right? That's 10. You 10 trades. You have to lose 10 times in a row to blow it, right? You have to lose 10 times in a row to blow it. If you just got one contract for 5 points, right? But you only got $2,500 to use, right? And don't try to do it. Don't try to rush it. Don't try to, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to over leverage. Because when you think about it now, if you got, you say you got 4 accounts, right? Say you got 4 accounts and you got one contract and you hit 5 points, 250 times 4, right? That's $1,000. That's $1,000 every trade, right? Now it's up to you if you want to go be a 1-for-1 trader, right? I advise everybody to shoot for at least 1.5 to 2 to 1. Don't be a break-even trader. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe in break-even trading. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to be able to build, right? So if you risking $1,000 over your 4 accounts, you should be shooting for $2,000 over the 4 accounts. So that way, every time you lose, you're not starting back over at square one. Right? Every time you lose, you're not starting back over at square one. And then if you got proper risk management in place, like how I implement it for myself, where when I take a loss, right, when I take a full loss, it's like I'm going in with half the leverage and then only trying to get back half of what I lost. Like the other day, my trailing drawdown let me get all the way back in the green. Cause it was going up so fast. All I heard was cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. It was going up so fast. I had my target set to get half back of what I already did, of what I lost. But it was going so fast. Once it snatched my stop up and was cha-chinging up every point that it moved, I ended up getting all the way back in the green because of the trailing stock. All right. But don't try to get greedy with it. Don't come out here and try to get greedy and be like, oh, I'm gonna go for, you know what I'm saying, one of these for the smallest ones and go out there and over leverage. Get something that's gonna fit your trading style, right? Get something that speaks to you. Like, hey, don't run out here and try to get a 250 cause Tim said that's what he doing. Don't run out here and try to get 100,000 because that's what Bobby Bebo said he doing. Don't go get 50,000 because that's what ICT said. I think this is what's best for most new traders. Right? Figure out what fits your trading style. Figure out what fits your risk appetite. And then once you figure out what it, and it ain't even got to be with Apex. I'm just pointing out Apex because this who I choose to use, and so this what I'm, you know what I'm saying? This is what I already did my research on. All right. So remember, if you got going 2-to-1, one contract, risking 250, shooting for 500, right? 500 times 4, right? That's $2,000 over the 4 accounts, right? We're gonna do our little scenario we did the other day. We got 4 accounts. So we first trade, we win it, right? We got $2,000, right? Second trade, we win it. We on the roll, right? Doing 1 trade per day, right? Third trade, we lose it. Fourth trade, we lose it. Fifth trade, right? Fifth trade, we win it. Hold up, Tim. Why'd you write 1,000? Remember? Right? I hit minus. Remember? When we lose, we only trying to get back half of the other loss, right? So we lost 2 trades. So we would have to get back half, 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 half before we go back to our full leverage in the way I do it. That's why the last I only plused 1,000 last time, right? So now, right, you got 3,000 total over your 4 accounts for the week, right? At $750 per account. $750 per account. And that's why I choose to stack the accounts, because I can have smaller shots, right? Leveraging less per account, but it add up to, right, more money, because $750, that's a good week, right? But that's $750 in one account. But if you got 4 accounts, that's $3,000. That's why I choose to stack it, because I can risk less per account and then make more money. That's why I say, I got a goal for doing 4 to have $1 million of assets under management, which is really only $26,000. And then after I work it for a year or 2, then add on another, what is that? 3/4 of a million, another 3/4 of a million. Might as well just do 4. So have a fun account too. So add on another $1 million, right? But then adding on another $1 million, that still won't be nothing but 52,000. Yep, 52,000. But I can run out there and tell people I'm a $2 million funded trader. Look how it caught me this time. Remember I told you it'd be catching me in some crazy positions when IG stopped. Look how it caught me that time. Got me like this right here. All right, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in to the last Tim's Tidbit live stream. Robinson, I hope you're not a betting man, because you will lose this bet. This will be, and for those who tapped in late, this will be my very last Tim's Tidbit live streams. I'm no longer doing the daily live streams. It's time to push people out the nest. I'm not abandoning YouTube. I will still share pre-recorded videos with like my insight to the price action, share, the way I share my thoughts on stuff, the way I saw the price, whatever. I'm still gonna put out the videos with the discipline over dollar series where I go from the beginning of what's a stock, what's the stock market, all the way up to how to trade options and futures, all of that. I'm still gonna put those videos out like I promised. Again, I'm not turning off the channel membership, so if you don't cancel them, you're still going to get charged monthly. And if it's still people that's in the channel memberships monthly, somebody, I think it was Rhonda, that said, can we do monthly Q&As? I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that, doing monthly Q&As. I'm still gonna be tapping into the Discord. Discord is still alive and thriving. I'm still gonna be tapping into the Discord. I'm still gonna be here. I'm still gonna be me. I'm just not gonna be doing the 9 a.m. and the 6:30 p.m. live streams no more. Still gonna be me. Still gonna, do what I do outside of doing the live streams on YouTube. What else? Let me see if what y'all said in the chat before we call it. Chat quiet. Yeah, that was Rhonda who said that. Before I go through, let me talk on this right here, right? I used to not like prop firms. I felt like it was work. I felt like it was, having to follow somebody's rules. And then I started thinking about it. I got rules for myself, right? I got rules for myself. Why not take my own rules that I have to follow that makes me a relatively decent trader, go out here and get $25,000 from these people? Why not have them pay me $25,000 to do what I like doing anyway? And then I can just keep, trading in their account and my own personal account. So now I'm the same thing I'm doing in their account, I'm doing in my personal account. So it's like it's a use situation. They're using me. They're paying me to use my skills and copy my trades, and I'm using them to leverage more capital to make money. So it's a use. Everybody get used in this world. It's about understanding. It's got to be a mutual benefit. You want the using to be mutually beneficial for everybody involved. That's just my take on it. Got to learn how to fly. You're welcome. You need that ATM? Let me show. We're gonna show Hines how to set up an ATM like what I was talking about. I'm gonna do it from scratch. I'm gonna do it from scratchola. Big Draco in the building. Draco! Whoa. You still in here, Draco? Draco, you still in here? I appreciate you too, Draco. You're very welcome here to learn and share. You know I appreciate you. Thank you, Marco. I appreciate you. Let's come over here. We're gonna all right. Let me flip this over. I'm just gonna put this on. I'm just gonna put a chart and put it on a sim account. Right there. Right. So I'm gonna put it's how do I say goodbye to what we had? The good times that made us laugh. Exclusive Enigma Spider Gang Discord. We got the Discord. We got the Discord, Felicia. Draco. Shout out Draco, man. Draco, that's my dog. Draco, hey. Draco, oldest boy, look just like her. The only difference is he got like facial hair. If you shaved his facial hair off, you would swear that was Draco. That's one freaking handsome young man. He looked just like Draco, just because I'm sitting there like, is that her brother? Like who? Look, I'm talking about they look like twins. All right, so inside Ninja Trader, I don't know if you got Ninja Trader Hines or anybody else, right? Go with custom, right? You always want it to be for the day. You don't want to be good to cancel. It'll stay on your chart and you'll wake up one day mad, right? 5 contracts. That's my thing, right? Stop loss, right? Risking 20 ticks, right? Risking 20 ticks. That's the, you know what I'm saying? That's 5 points, right? Because in Ninja Trader, you got to do it based off like ticks. So 4 ticks per point times 5 points, that's 20 ticks, right? Profit target, right? I'm shooting for this. What we're gonna do, right? We're gonna scale out. We're scaling out. So 3, 4, 5, right? Target 1, target 2, target 3. Just look at that as the amount of contracts that you have if you want to scale out. Because with Ninja Trader, right, if you want to have full freedom over all of your contracts to be able to move them around, if you got 5 contracts, add 5 steps, right? Add 5 steps and put 1, 1, 1, 1. Like, you know what I'm saying? That'll give you, because with Ninja Trader, once you set this in here, right? If you don't break them apart in here, you can't break them apart once the position comes open. But if you break them apart in the ATM strategy, you can always separate them and slide them around independent of each other, right? But I don't do that. I just this is how I do it. I make 3. I put 3 here, 1 there, 1 there, right? So this first 3 coming off, these second 2, I can do them how I want to do them. I can slide them around. These first 3 gonna be, I can put these second 2 with these first 3, but then go back and say, nah, I want to take them back out because I got them broke down in here. So the stop loss is the same because I want all of them to start with the same stop loss. 20 points, 20 tick stop loss, right? So profit target, right? I'm gonna put 41 ticks for the first one, right? I'm gonna put 45 ticks for the second one, and then I'm gonna put 49 ticks for the third one, right? Tim, why did you do that? Because I want 10 points. That's what I want. I want 10 points, right? So I want 10 points. Now, since I want 10 points, soon as I hit 10 points, I want these 3 to come off. Boom, right? I want these 3 to come off. Now, I said this one 1 point higher than, so I said this one at 11 points plus 1 tick. I was at a 1 tick for the commission cost, right? So I got 10, 11, 12, right? So these 3 set at 10, this one set at 11, this one set at 12, right? So now you come over here for target 2 and it says stop strategy. Click on that, hit custom. Now you come down here to step, right? You come down here to step. Now on step, stop loss is how much you want your stop to trail behind your position, right? So I put 8 right there, right? Profit target, right? So on the profit target, I have it set at 41. Right? So soon as we hit 41, soon as these first three come off, right? Hit 41, move the stop to 8 ticks behind the price. How often do I want it to change? 4 ticks. So every point that it moves up, it's going to keep it 2 points behind, right? Every point it move up, it's going to keep it 2 points behind. Hit okay. Right? Come over here. Same thing. Step 1, stop, 8.8 ticks, 41. How frequent? Every 4 ticks, scoot it up. Boom. Then you'll go in there and you'll save it to whatever you want to name it. I'm just going to put ATM1. That's fine. Right? And then hit OK. Now, there you go. Boom. Now, when you're risking 5, right? You're risking 5. Let's see if we can connect to a playback real quick. Connection, playback connection. Get market replay data. Let's go to ES. Continue. Playback connection. What? I'm not on playback. Oh, I was still connected to my live. I'm sorry. Playback. There you go. I didn't connect to the data. Continue. Now this playback, sometimes the playback be acting crazy. Say who? So who am I going to joke on? Ain't no cowards in Broward. I done told you about that. Ain't no cowards in Broward. Let's go to 5-4, 5-4. That's good right there. All right. Let's hit playback. Let's get it up to. All right. All right. So, got it moving forward. God dog it. It took off. Come here. Come back there. All right. God dog it. It did it again. Okay. Put it down to 1. Okay. All right. So now I got my ATM strategy set there. We know it's going down. So we're just going to come in here and we're going to sell. We're going to sell here.
Order submitted.
Right. Pick it up.
Order failed.
Now, see it's on there now. And then let me scoot this way down here. Scoot this way down here. So we can see it work. Because I don't know how far that candle shoot down. All right. Okay, so now let's speed this up a little bit. So and then it's gonna go ching 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 ching. I don't know if y'all will be able to hear the ching ching. What time is it? Oh man, still got a long way to go. Now watch it wick up and take me out. I think it went straight down though.
Stop, Phil.
See, it was going too fast. I had to put it up to max. God dog it, Tim. Let's do it again. I had to put it up to max. I ain't know I hadn't got it. Y'all like, why y'all didn't tell me I hadn't ticked it all the way up to max? Let's try to do it in another spot that it ain't no big old wick candle like that. So we can see it work. All right. Okay. What's that? 80, 86, 88, 70. Okay, let's do it right here. 1503. Let's do it right there. All right, so we're gonna come here. How high up did that go? 88 right here. So we're gonna go. We're gonna sell 5 right there.
Order submitted.
Now let's move that forward. Let's move that forward to get it in. It's gonna come up at 1503. 1503 is when it go through. Spike up there and get it. I thought it was 1503. 1503. Maybe a little after it. $15.05. Where did I get 1503 from? I could have sworn it was 15.
Order filled.
There you go. Okay. Now, all right. So when it comes down to 10 points, push this down here. Saying, oh, I think it'll get down to that low right there. So I put them 2 down there, right? And then I put them 2 together. I can right click and come here and say increase price and break them back apart again. See what I'm saying? I put them together, but I can go in there and increase price and break them back apart again. Click that there. Like them 3 right there, they stuck together. But then I can come back here and I can put this with that one. Now I say 4. Now I come back to that 1 and I can increase price and I can break it back apart again. Right? I can break them apart again because I got them separated in the ATM like that. Now, let me up now. And then once it ching, see, it's going to come down. There you go. And see the stop loss came down there like that.
Target filled.
Took that one out. And see, it say stop 2 right here. Right? And as it keep going, hope it don't stop me out. As it keep, there you go. Ching. See, so now it's just moving. You know what I'm saying? It just keep ching and ching. Right? There you go. Then I can just move it down if I wanted to. I can leave that one there at the low. Put this
target filled.
That one that got took. See, just keep moving. I can just keep moving to see how far it can go, and then it'll hit the stop. Right? But that's how the trail and stop go right there. Hopefully that helps somebody. I don't know how it work on other platforms, but that's how it work on Ninja Trader. Now, where was I? I saw that. You up next. DR live videos. Yeah, you up next, Robinson. Appreciate you. Thank you, Tig. Yeah. I think I saw that one. I'm in the Discord. I'm still gonna be posting videos on YouTube. I'm be in the Discord. I'm gonna be in the Discord. I ain't going nowhere. I'm just not doing the daily live streams. Yeah, our Father Legends got to do so. I'm going to miss that. Shout out Lexi. Saint thought he was in trouble. I appreciate that. Cheers, mate. Or She grow facial hair. That was say Draco need to grow facial hair. Either shave her son or she grow facial hair. Wait a minute. So who am I going to joke? Oh, I saw that. I saw that. You're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, that's it, man. That's all I got. That's all I got. Before we go, right? Is there anybody who would like to pull up and ask a question? The link is in the chat. Is there anyone who would like to pull up and ask a question? The link is in the chat. The link is in chat. What's happening? Salute, salute, salute. Hey, man. Hey, check this out. For those who don't know or who ain't been privy to hang out with us, right? If you don't know, if you ain't never been privy to hang out with us, right? All I trade is the S&P 500, right? There is an ETF that tracks the performance of the S&P 500. If you bring your attention to that side of the screen over there, you'll see them hovering my mouse over an ETF that says SPY. The SPY is that ETF that I was speaking of that tracks the performance of the SP 500. Around here, we don't call it the SPY. No. We call it SPY Lean. Even wrote a song for. You want to hear it? If you've never heard this before, prepare to be serenaded. If you have heard it before and you know the lyrics, feel free to sing it with me on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Sing it with me. Spy Lean, where you at, baby? Hey, how you doing? I'm glad that you came through. Oh, Spy Lean girl. I ain't gonna miss you because I'm gonna see you every day. Spy Lee. I'm glad Lil Ho put that in there, man. Hey, for anybody who's still hanging out with me, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Since I got my chart open, right? Since I have my chart open, let us look at the ES, shall we? Let us look at the ES, shall we? We already know that we got that weekly void up there. That boy good. That boy good. Yeah, you're good and tough. We got that weekly liquidity void up there. We tapped into the weekly volume imbalance. If y'all remember on Friday, this was the low of the weekly volume imbalance. We tapped into it, got a nice little rejection off of it, right? We still have that weekly liquidity void that's above us, right? I spied that weekly liquidity void when ICT was talking about the liquidity void on the NASDAQ. That was here, this one here. He was talking about this liquidity void right here on the NASDAQ, and I marked out another one on the NASDAQ, right? But this is the one ICT was talking about. We got well above that. I also spoke about the NASDAQ looked like it was trying to take out this buy-side liquidity right there. I would love to see it take it out early in the week, like Monday, Sunday night, Monday, like take it out Monday, and then have a nice little pullback into this daily imbalance to, you know what I'm saying, so that it's not an imbalance yet, but it's a potential imbalance because how big this candle is. If we were to come here and just attack this liquidity void, then that would leave a big daily fair value gap right here, daily BISI right there. I would love to see it, come up and pull back and take care of this imbalance. Let's look a little lower. There's no daily imbalances over here. Volume imbalance we attacked. Everything's careful there, careful there. There is a daily fair value gap way down here, right? There's one way down there. So, but everything else in this area was very careful. The NQ was very careful with taking care of all of that. All right, now let's go back to the ES. All right, so the ES on the weekly, this is our weekly high right there. That's a weekly high. That's a weekly high. So that is a weekly high. Box top weekly. All right. Close way up. That's so we just go with last week's low. That's our weekly low. All right, there we got a weekly low. You're welcome, Hans. We got a weekly low right there. Box bottom week. All right, so got a liquidity void up there. We came above this daily high, rejected off of it. All right, came above that daily high, rejected off of it. So since we rejected off of it, that gives me a draw of down here, right? Because we went above this high, got a nice rejection off of it. So that gives me a draw down here. But since my draw is down here, that's why I said I want to see us come up and attack this and then go down, right? Now, let's go down to the daily. Go down to the daily. Now, all right, here we go on the daily here. So now you see it a little bit clearer on the daily. We attacked this high, right? Closed above it, right? Pushed up and then started to reject, right? Started to reject. So now that's why I say that gives me a draw of down here, right? So see this right here? What do we call this right here? What is this right here? Engineering liquidity, right? We're engineering liquidity right there, right? So we're engineering liquidity. So we closed here, right? Let us attack opposing liquidity, come down, right? Deal with this breaker right here. We have a breaker there. Let's come down, deal with this breaker right here, because that breaker, right? That could be the to that breaker, and that breaker could push us back up, right? That breaker could push us back up. We got an imbalance right there, right? So just thinking out loud, come down to the discount imbalance inside the breaker, right? Push back up. Failure swing at the old high, right? Come down, attack this liquidity here, right? Attack that liquidity there, and then pang out. And then pang out, right? And then we're gonna put our failure swing here, there. That breaker. Yeah, come take that out, come down, attack this, and then come back up, create a bullish breaker here. Yeah, yes, that would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. Bullish breaker there with an imbalance there. Yes, that would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. Yes, 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 yes. Let's see that play out. That would be so nice. That would be so nice. It would just make my entire day. All right. Weekly high and daily high are the same. Our weekly high and daily high is the same. Um, the daily low, previous day low. Bottom day. Right, previous day low right there. The previous day low, we came down right there to that, close to that daily breaker. When we had talked about that daily breaker the other day, was yesterday, the open of that daily breaker. Then that's the high of the daily breaker right there. So we had got back down into that wick of that daily breaker, bullish breaker, open right here. Right there, that's that bullish breaker that we had got down into. We talked about that yesterday. Let's put that on the left. Everything you own in the box to the left. Okay, now we have a daily fair value gap right here. Daily fair value gap right there. And we got a daily fair value gap right here. Right there. I marked out this daily fair value gap right here because it's right in conjunction with a breaker. Right. So I got that on there. Typically, I would just mark this lower one because it's in the discount. Right. If you look at the price leg from here to here, right, this is the one in the discount. But since this one is in conjunction with a breaker, right, a daily breaker, right, this high broke this low, then we went up and traded past it, right? So that's why I marked that one out too. See what the 4 hour look like. Okay, we got came down and filled in a 4 hour fair value gap there, pushed back up, sold off, combined with the 4 hour and the daily. So 4 hour is a daily inside of a 4 hour. Okay, so we filled this busy on the 4 hour. Heavy distribution down. Okay, popped up above. Buy side, heavy distribution down. Retrace back up. May not even get that high. May pull up and drop still. Getting down to this fair value gap. A strong push to this fair value gap is tad bearish, right? Because we went up this high right here, came and took up this low, came and took out this high right there. So trading back down below that low will put us a bearish breaker right there on the 4 hour. Put on 60 minutes. All right, 60 minutes. We're coming down. We're engineering liquidity right here. Right there, engineering liquidity right there. Nice little consolidation. Did not fill this fair value gap yet. So there's a little piece of fair value gap left right here on this 60-minute BISI. Just a little small piece just below the open of the breaker. I ain't gonna bother marking that out. Just below previous day's low. All right. So we got a nice breaking market structure right here on the 1 hour. All right. So we can very well come down, tap below this liquidity right here, push back up into this imbalance right there, stop at this breaker. All right. So we got this much of an hourly SIBI left right there. 1 hour SIBI. All right. And we got breaker close right there. There's a breaker there. I want to mark it. Bearish breaker close. All right. Okay. 15-minute. All right. So on a 15-minute. Small little piece there. Leave the alpha. Now let's go to 5-minute. See what the 5-minute look like. SIBI. So we got a 5-minute SIBI right there. That's been filled in. So we got a 5-minute there. So that's the hourly breaker right there. Let's go back and see what the high at. So bearish breaker high right there. 1 hour. Breaker high. Back to the 5-minute. All right. Yes. So would love to see us poke down here, take out this liquidity up under this engineered liquidity right here, poke down, take that out, shoot up to this breaker and this 5-minute fair value gap right there. All right. Would love to see it. I love this. I would love this. 1 minute. 1 minute, Dougie Fresh, you're on. So we got a 1 minute above that. 1 minute right there. So you would give it up to there. You would give it up to there, right up to there. Oh, got a little bit left out there too. A little bit of a 1 minute left up there too that we never got to. So in that case, immediate push up to take that out. You got a little upside up down to 1 minute. Let's see what price action do tonight. Let's see what price action do tonight. That's all I'm gonna put on there. Zoom back out to 5-minute chart. Yeah, so yes, so yes, so got down below there. Right. So just like that. That is it. That is it. Got a 15 minute up here. 15 minute up here. I missed that the first time. Still left that much open. Yep, that's it. This bearish breaker right here. Bottom of the 15. This 5 is the top of that. Put on 15. Put on 15 minutes. Tap it in, tap it in. In fact, I just put it on the hour, see if I can get more of the picture in. Yes, I can. Right. All right. And that's that. Feel free to get you a screenshot if you want a screenshot of that. But that will be that. Feel free to get you a screenshot of that if you want that. And with that, we are going to close out the final Tim's Tidbits. If anybody wants a screenshot, it should be screenshotted by now. And I'm trying to find my thing. Man, I'm putting a bunch of stuff in the Discord. Here it is right there. All right. So now in the fine words of a very wise man by the name of Russell Simmons. Nah, we ain't gonna do the crystal ball. We gonna do the crystal ball. But it's so hard to say goodbye. But God bless. Good night. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm gone.